Game Time family, let me ask you a question. Everybody tiptoes around because they're scared of the comment section. Is Tank career over with? Not that he can't still fight, and not that he ain't talented, right? I mean over in the way that it matters. The brand, the business, the opportunities, the ability to move around like nothing ever happened. Because when you've got the headlines tied to false imprisonment, battery, domestic violence allegations, the conversation changes from boxing to damage control. And if you already typing innocent until proven guilty, I need you to hold up and relax just a smidget, right? Because we're not the judge or the jury. We're not in the courtroom. We're just dealing with reality. So let's set these things straight. These are allegations. I'm not calling anybody guilty on YouTube. The legal process still has to play out. But here's the part that the fans pretend to not understand. Allegations can end careers because sponsors don't wait, networks don't wait, promoters don't wait, and boxing especially don't wait. It just moves on to the next guy or the next event. So here's what's being reported by multiple outlets. There's reporting that the Miami Garden police obtained an arrest warrant and intended to pursue charges tied to battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping related to an alleged October incident with Tank. ESPN has also reported a lawsuit in Miami-Dade County that alleges battery, aggravated battery, false imprisonment, kidnapping, and emotional distress in connection with an ex-girlfriend of Gervonta Tank Davis. And the bigger point is this isn't happening in a vacuum. There's been prior reporting of legal issues and domestic violence related cases in the past. Now, here's where the conversation gets real. When people say career over, they don't mean can he still throw punches. They mean can he still headline without backlash? Can he still get premium placement? Can he still get the benefit of the doubt? Can he still be marketed like a hero? Because boxing isn't just sports, it is sales. And when Gervonta Davis fight night turns into Gervonta Davis warrant headlines, the business side starts sweating. Not because boxing has morals, because boxing has risk. Let's be honest. Boxing has a long history of letting talent buy time. But here's the trap. Every new allegation chips away at he's worth his weight in gold, meaning his value. At some point, the math is going to flip. The fighter is still a draw, but PR becomes radioactive. The partners don't want their logos on it, and the commission pressure increases. And when you get reporting of an arrest warrant and playing charges that include false imprisonment, kidnapping attempt allegations, that's not bad PR. That's red alert PR. That's the type of headlines that turn into, let's make this mega fight into, let's not touch this until this shit is resolved. So here's the problem with the innocent until proven guilty defense online. That's a legal standard, not a business strategy. Network sponsors and promoters don't operate like juries. They operate like risk managers, because it's not just what's true, it's what will the audience believe. It's what will the headlines say the morning after. The LA Times has reported a manhunt and that an arrest was issued with the involvement of the Fugitive Task Force to locate Tank Davis. That's not the type of things brands want to explain or associate themselves with. All right, man, one allegation, you can survive that. Two, it's gonna get a little complicated, right? But when a public figure keeps popping up in the same similar type of headlines, even though the outcome might be different, the public, they start to treat that like a pattern. P previously reported in 2025 of domestic violence charges and was dropped/closed. And ESPN has uncovered broader timelines of arrest warrants and issues. Now, I'm not saying that proves anything legally, all right? But what I am saying is that it changes the way that people receive that next headline. And that's why career over becomes a real conversation, because the benefit of the doubt, it just flew out the window. Here's my hot take. His boxing ability, it ain't vanished, but his untouchability that shit is probably up, dog. Because career over in boxing isn't always a KO. Sometimes it's getting iced out of big networks, okay? Getting stuck in we'll see later purgatory, losing mainstream shine, fighting often in controversy, less than celebration. And with reports of arrest allegations tied to severity of allegations, the sports don't even need a conviction to slow down the machine. They just need a little bit of uncertainty, and you're giving it to them, Tank. So here's where I think will happen next realistically. 1, silence plus legal process, standard book play. Promotional distancing is where monitoring the situation. The fight plan gets cloudy because nobody wants to commit until this shit is cleared up. If the authorities move forward, the story becomes bigger than boxing for a while. And fans will split in 2 predictable camps, okay? He's being targeted. It's all a fake. That's one group. And then group 2 is gonna be cut him off. Enough is enough. Either way, the comments are gonna be enough to start a war. If you are the chief of boxing, the face, the draw, the headline, you're supposed to move above the noise. But when the noise is the headline, you don't just fight an opponent, you fight the brand damage. So here's the real question. At what point does the sport stop protecting talent and it starts protecting itself? Drop your comments below. Holla at your boy, man. I'm out.